We must also hear from another very vocal advocate for Tamil cause. When he was a member of Parliament, he always made it a point to raise his concerns both in the House and outside. Now he works on human rights in a much bigger way. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome former MP Paul Dewar.
Bonsoir à tous et toutes. Hello everyone. This is a really exciting evening for me to be here because I have to say, as someone from Ottawa, we're pretty proud when we get people coming from Toronto and seeing how we do things here. So I want to just say to all of us from Ottawa who put this together to show our pride, je suis très fier de vous. I'm so proud of you to show off how strong our community is. Thank you so much. I also really am proud of seeing members of Parliament from all parties come up here and talk about the importance of our communities. As fellow Canadians, we really do take pride in ourselves and all the different cultures we have. It's interesting, Yasser Naqvi, Attorney General, was here earlier. He and I share the same birthday, which is Robbie Burns Day, Scottish heritage, which is January 25th. So I'm really glad that these things come together as someone of Scottish origin. But it really says about who we are as Canadians. And let me just be very blunt about something. The last couple of days when we've watched what's been happening south of the border and with President Trump trying to divide people, putting people on lists, I just want us to reflect on a couple of pieces of history. I want us to remember, and Mr. Paulowin is at my table, a veteran, remember what happened with the Louis Saint Laurent, the boat full of people who were fleeing Nazi Germany. That was on our watch, so let's not be too superior when we see what's happening south of the border, but let's remember what happened when we turned Jews away. But also, just 2010, when I was a member of Parliament, and what happened when a boatload of Tamils came here. And I won't name names, you know what happened. That was on our watch as Canadians. We can't let this kind of thing happen again. So when the president of the most important country in the world right now starts to say things like, we won't let those people in our country, we won't let those people come, we have to say, we must remember history. We must stand up for people, whether Muslim, whether they're Jewish, whether they're Tamil, whether they're Scottish. We need to stand together and say, not on our watch. We will stand up for each other and take care of each other. And I know you're celebrating Tamil history and culture and human rights. One of the most important human rights defender you heard from tonight, the doctor, who was there on the front lines, and you heard he put his life on the line, not only saving lives during the mass atrocities and genocide that was happening, but also was inflicted himself and carried on. And that is in the tradition of human rights defenders across the world. Let me just finish by this. I'm now a member of Human Rights Watch International. And I have to say, I've been monitoring what's been happening in Sri Lanka. We in Canada said that we were going to have an investigation around murdered and missing Indigenous women. And that is ongoing. But we also know in the last election in Sri Lanka, what happened? There was a promise to have an investigation. That has not got started yet. And right now, as we speak, people are on hunger strike saying to the president, to the government, you must commit to what you said you were going to do. I, as a human rights defender with Human Rights Watch Canada, with others here and across the world, will make sure we put the focus on the government of Sri Lanka to do what they said they were going to do, have an investigation, because there will be no peace without reconciliation. There will be no peace without justice, and that's what we want for all. We want it for all of our neighbors here as Canadians and Indigenous people here, but also for the people of Sri Lanka. Thank you so much. Enjoy tonight. Merci beaucoup.